Welcome to the Illinois Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you all for joining us. A few housekeeping tips before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so your panelists cannot see you or hear you at all. This is one of many different fairs that we have going this evening in sessions, so make sure you sign up for another session after you finish up with this one. This presentation, along with others, will be available at strivescan.com/Illinois in a couple of days after we finish up with this event. So to get things started off, first we're going to have Marquette University.
Oh, hi everyone, welcome. Hi everyone, sorry about that and welcome. My name is Jeanette Von Hayden and that was my pup just saying hello to you all and welcoming you to this evening's fair. So to get us started, I want to talk a little bit about the general facts about Marquette University. If you're not aware, we are a perfectly medium-sized institution right in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We have just over 8,000 undergraduate students with a lot of pathways on to graduate programs as well. So transfer students are eligible for a lot of these programs. Some of the accelerated degree paths that you can explore for programs like physician assistant studies, physical therapy, athletic training. So there's a lot of pathways to help you find your end goal. As far as undergraduate programs, Marquette is home to over 80 undergraduate majors housed in 7 colleges. We do accept transfer students into all of our academic colleges, including our direct entry College of Nursing. That admissions process does work a little bit differently. So if you are interested in Marquette Nursing, please feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to help guide you in that process. Other popular majors and programs at Marquette include our College of Health Sciences, engineering, a ton of different business programs, as well as a full College of Arts and Sciences. One of the things that kind of sets Marquette apart is the fact that we are a Jesuit university. If you're not familiar, the Jesuits are an order of Catholic priests, and how you will see that played out on our college campus is through kind of 2 areas. One, of course, is through our Marquette core, our general education requirements. And as a transfer student, you will be required to complete some of these. However, dependent upon the number of credits you have transferring in, you may have anywhere from 2 classes left with the Marquette core to 4 or 5. Kind of depends on how many credits you have and what tier you transfer in that core. The other way that you will see Jesuit education is in terms of service. Service is huge at Marquette. It's something that a lot of our students are engaging with. And the reason it's so important is because we want our students to be able to go out and to serve their communities, whether that's the local community in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, or whether that's the national global community. We really do want to help our students achieve something greater. While that degree and that paycheck is really important post-graduation, we want you to find your purpose. What is your calling? And a lot of students find that through our service and philanthropy. In fact, each year our students complete about 500,000 hours of volunteer work at Marquette. And we do have a ton of service learning opportunities that actually tie what you're doing in the classroom to something practical and you're giving back. So for example, some of our business students do consulting work with nonprofits in the Milwaukee area. So it's a really hands-on experience, but also helps you achieve that greater good. The city of Milwaukee, if you have not been, is such a fun place for our students to explore. Just about an hour and 40 minutes north of the Chicagoland area, depending on how fast you drive. You can also access Milwaukee using Metra and Amtrak. It is just a short ride and is my preferred way to get back and forth from the city in the Chicagoland area. Milwaukee itself is home to a ton of different Fortune 500 companies. Internships are very prevalent in the Milwaukee area, and it's also fun for you to explore in your free time. Students do have a residency requirement. If you've been 2 years to post high school, though, you are waived from that residency requirement and you can live in the city of Milwaukee as opposed to our campus community. But everything is very close and accessible for you. All of our students also do get a bus pass to help you navigate the city in between your classes and if you're looking for some downtime and other places to explore in the area. As far as getting involved on campus, we have a ton of different student organizations, as you saw in that first slide, over 325 different clubs and organizations that all students are eligible for. These clubs range from professional organizations related to your major to service organizations. There's some fun ones for you to engage in, and it's a really just an additional way for you to find your community. We also do have a transfer student organization that does meet with our president and our transfer team to help the process for the next generation, the next wave of transfer students. Now, if all of this sounds interesting, how do you get to Marquette's campus as a student? As far as physically getting to campus, you are welcome to come visit campus. Just give me a call, we can set something up. But other ways to get to campus and apply, we are on the Common App, so you can submit that, or the Marquette application. There is no preference. You will need to submit current transcripts from your university, as well as any other universities you may have attended. And we also will require your high school transcript at least by the time that you enroll at Marquette. We do have kind of two different timelines as far as if you are entering in the fall semester or if you're planning on entering the spring semester. If you are interested in the fall 2021 start, we are still accepting applications. The deadline is to apply by July 1st. So make sure to get those application materials into us. Once you submit everything, it is about a 2-week review process to get your decision. And in that decision, you will know not only what college you've been admitted into at Marquette, but also your initial merit scholarship. So there are 3 waves of financial aid at the university: merit aid that comes in your letter, as well as need-based and additional transfer scholarships. So if you have additional questions, please make sure you reach out and stay in touch.
Thank you so much, Marquette University. Next, we're going to have North Park University.
Hi, my name is Malcolm Parker, and I'm a transfer counselor at North Park University. I'm just going to give you guys some brief information about North Park. We have about 1,800 students, 3,000 pursuing master's degrees, and we have a seminary program. We are a very diverse university. This is a map of where we have students and faculty both represented all over the world. One of our core values is being intercultural. We feel it separates us from a lot of universities, especially our size. 33% of students transfer, so it is a big transfer base. And 65% of our students live on campus, and the rest is commuter-based. We have 2 co-ed dorms, as the upperclassmen transfers have the opportunity to live in apartments and houses, which are also located on campus. Jumping a little forward here, I want to talk about our majors. We have 44 undergrad majors to choose from. Excuse me while I get back to it. Oh, technology. 44 undergrad major. You will be able to double major, major and minor. There are opportunities, since we are a liberal arts university. You can kind of create your experience at North Park. We'll be behind you 100%. As a student, we have 9 pre-professional programs in case you want to pursue law school, furthering your education. Here you'll have 90% of your faculty will have their PhD or working towards PhD. We have honor societies based on academics. We have Fulbright recipients in the past 9 years. We also have study abroad opportunities, and being a Christian liberal art university, this is where our students serve. The only thing students pay for would be airfare. Everything else is included in tuition. We have different activities students can get involved with on campus. This is great stuff to build your resume, but also to build your network while you're here. Being in Chicago, we want you to take advantage. So for example, a lot of these clubs, they have professors and their colleagues from different areas of the city that come in and speak to students. But again, we want students building their resume and building their network as well. And how you get involved, we are rolling admissions, so you can apply online, Common App, or via North Park app, which is free. Definitely we'll be able to give you an admissions decision within 3 weeks. along with your financial aid package. A lot of this information you guys may know already. Financial aid for October 1st, we're already there. And then once you decide, you will leave a tuition deposit and attend the university. And that concludes my portion.
All right, thank you so much, North Park University. That was some great information that you shared with us. Remember, if you do have any questions for any of the reps this evening at all, please put those questions in the Q&A button area at the bottom of your screen. All right, next we're going to have Columbus College of Art and Design.
All right. Hello, everyone. I know it says my name is Ellen Ellis, but it's actually Ashley Deal. I'm an admissions counselor for Columbus College of Art and Design. As admissions counselors, our job really is to just help you through the admissions process, right? So today I'll be doing that by giving you a general overview of CCAD. So if we were to look at CCAD at a glance, we are a private nonprofit college, and we are 141 years old. So we're one of the oldest art and design schools within the country. Usually we have about 1,100 students, so that equals out to a ratio of like 9 students per instructor. So that means that our classes are small enough that you're able to receive that individualized one-on-one attention from professors, while also being large enough that you're able to participate in discussions amongst one another, right, about your works and receive that constructive feedback that's so important to an artist's development. At CCAD, you will graduate with your bachelor's in fine arts or a BFA, and that's going to be in your major of choice. So we have 11 majors at CCAD, along with numerous minors and concentrations as well, including a very popular business minor. But you can read more about the minors, the concentrations, and the majors specifically, along with their requirements, and also view some student work on our website at ccad.edu. Also on the website is our application, and we are still accepting applications and also still have scholarships and grants to award students. When it comes to the actual application, there are going to be 3 main components. The first is going to be your GPA, and we're just going to pull that from the transcripts that you submit. We do want transcripts from all the institutions that you have attended. The next portion is the essay. And so there'll be 3 prompts in which you can choose from. My recommendation is to pick the one that you feel like you can write the most originally and the most creatively about. And then that last portion is the portfolio. And that's 8 to 15 pieces that really illustrate you as an artist. So whether that be your passions and your creative ability as well. Now, when it comes to career development, CCAD and the Columbus art scene really provide students with chances to network and develop relationships with individuals already within the industry. So we know when it comes to being a successful artist, it's not only important about what you know, but also who you know. So if you are a student that is interested in writing scripts, for example, you might want to meet an alum like Angelo Thomas, who is an independent filmmaker, screenwriter, and novelist. We also have Sudan Madrid. She would be for you individuals that are interested in developing your own designer brand. She moved to Milano, Italy after graduating from CCAD and had the opportunity to work with Neil Barrett. And then she developed and launched her own luxury shoe line. Or for those of you that are interested in animation, Dan Scanlon would probably be someone that you would like to get to know. He has directed Disney animations like Onward and Monsters University, and worked on quite a few other Disney features as well. Regardless of their major though, our alums really utilize the creative community that we have along with the resources that we have on hand as well. So whether it be the clubs or the organizations or the support services that CCAD offers. For example, we have career services, which is not only a resources that assist students with finding internships and co-op opportunities, but they also assist in writing resumes and teaching you interview skills. They run the Recruiting on Campus series also, and that invites employers from big name companies like Pixar and Under Armour, Fisher-Price, to give presentations and host networking events, review portfolios, and also interview students if they have positions available. We also have the CCAD job board, which is handled by Career Services as well, but they are available for both students and alums, and they can use that job board to find employment and internship opportunities from employers that are specifically looking to hire CCAD students. So with all that being said, why Columbus, right? As someone recently moved to Columbus, I can honestly say that it's a wonderful city, especially for young professionals and especially for young professionals that are within the creative fields. We are one of the top 10 cities for recent college graduates and also the fastest growing major metropolitan area within the US of A. We have a thriving artistic community. So we have events like the International Film and Animation Festival. We also have the Short North District, which showcases homegrown and international talents in art. And we also have areas for the indie art group as well. And they really thrive at old converted warehouses like Millworks Art Studios. If you're into more of the finer arts, right next door to campus, we have the Columbus Museum of Art, and students are actually able to get in there free using their CCAD student IDs. So if CCAD and the City of Columbus sound like a good fit for you, please feel free to sign this QR code. You can do that using the camera phone of your cell phone, but I guess if you're watching this on your phone, it's going to be a little bit difficult. You can also feel free to send any questions or concerns or about our application process to admissions@ccad.edu. But otherwise, we really hope to hear from you soon, and please let us know if we can assist in any way. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Columbus College of Art and Design. Next, we're going to have Ferris State University.
Hi, everyone. I'm Deb Savitas from Ferris State University. I'm the coordinator of out-of-state recruitment. And the first slide that I showed, that's our first academic building that we had when we were established in 1884. Our first graduating class is pictured there. And I want you to notice that in 1884, in a time when women could not get into universities very easily, 5 of our 15 students are in the first graduating class. And so that's a point of pride for us. Some quick information about the school. We are a medium-sized state university, public university. We have over 11,000 students and about 8,000 of those students are on campus. Our students come from 44 different states and 39 countries. That being said, however, most of our students come from West Michigan because that's where we're best known. Student to teacher ratio is 16:1, and our classes average about 23 students. The average GPA at the school is 33.33, but that's not what it takes to get in. When we're looking at admitting students, transfer students, we look for a minimum 2.0 GPA and at least 12 transferable credits. We do like to see English and math for placement, and we have a transfer portal that you can use at ferris.transfer.degree, and that will give you the information you need to see how your classes will transfer in. So it's a very helpful platform. We have over 190 different degree granting programs, associates, bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees. And I won't list all of them, obviously, but it's a very eclectic mix that I wanted you to see. In the College of Arts and Sciences and Education, we have all of the education, we have biology, all of the pre-med, sports communication, journalism, integrative studies, psychology, public advocacy, things like that. In the College of Business, you're looking at accountancy, business administration, criminal justice, professional golf and professional tennis management, design, television and digital media production, digital animation and game design. And then in the College of Engineering Technology, architecture, automotive, heavy equipment, manufacturing engineering, plastics engineering, welding, surveying. They do not have any master's degrees though. And then in the College of Health Professions, you're looking at allied health science, dental hygiene, nursing. We have nursing all the way through the doctoral program. We do have our other 2 major doctoral degrees are the College of Pharmacy and the College of Optometry. We do support our students once you come to campus. So we have the education and career counseling, structured learning assistance, Academic Literacy Center, Disability Services. We have free tutoring. We have the Center for Latino Studies, the Multicultural Student Service Center, the Burkham Health Center. We have the Career Office where they do mock interviews. They will help you with your resume. They have clothing you can use for an interview if your wardrobe does not have anything interview appropriate. We do internships, and we will help you to get an internship in the area that you would like. About 70% of our students do internships currently. As a transfer student, you will not be required to live on campus, but I do like to let people know that you're welcome to live on campus. We do have apartments and townhouses that you can live in, on campus. And then we have live-learn communities if you decide to be on campus that you can be involved in. The most well-known is the honors program. And if you're going on to a doctoral degree or a grad school at all, the honors program will probably be the most beneficial to you. But all of these live-learn communities are very community focused, and not just the community of the live-learn community, but also the greater Ferris community and the Big Rapids community as well. They give you leadership opportunities, enhanced academic opportunities, and peer mentorship. If you choose not to do a live-learn community, you can get involved in one of our different RSOs or registered student organizations. We have about 250 of those, and they are academic-based, faith-based, or special interest-based. If you cannot find one you love, you can always create one. And then you leave a legacy behind when you graduate. Our athletics are listed now. We are Division II, with the exception of hockey being Division I. But if you'd like to be involved in athletics, but not in a varsity team, we also have club and intramural sports. And again, if there's a sport that you don't see that you'd like to be involved in, you can feel free to create that and leave that legacy behind you. To attend Ferris, you're looking at about $25,000 per year before any kind of financial aid or scholarships hit. This is a kind of a guesstimate because the tuition changes depending on how many credits you're taking, but this is based on 14. And if you don't live on campus, that $10,000 goes away. But this is all inclusive: room and board, books, fees, tuition, couple trips home a semester. So it gives you an idea of what the cost is. And then we do have transfer student merit scholarships. They're based only on your college GPA. And depending on what your GPA is, your scholarship is listed. They are renewable up to 3 years. So that would be something to be happy to have. That's everything that I have for you, but I'd like to thank you very much for your time and for watching all of the presentations today. And I wish you well in your college search. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ferris. That was great information. Remember, once again, if you do have any questions for the groups this evening, please put those questions in the Q&A area. Next, we're going to have Elmhurst University.
All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Raya, and I'm the Assistant Director of Transfer Admission at Elmhurst University. I'm also a former transfer student. So just a little bit of information about Elmhurst University. So Elmhurst University, we are a small private liberal arts institution. Our campus is about 50 acres. We have 22 different buildings, 6 different residence halls. We are a smaller school, so our total student enrollment is about 3,500 students, and our undergraduate enrollment is about 3,000 students. So our first year and transfer students are really our focus at Elmhurst. Our campus is located right in the middle of the suburb of Elmhurst. So the campus is about a 7-minute walk to the city center. So it's downtown Elmhurst. It has everything you need: a bunch of different coffee shops, restaurants. There's a movie theater. And then close to campus, there's the Illinois Prairie Path. And then we are just about a 7-minute walk through the metro. So it's about a 30-minute train ride right into the city of Chicago. So for students that want to be, really close to a big city, but not necessarily go to school in the city, Elmhurst is a great school for you. Our areas of study, so we have over 70 majors. Pretty much every major can be turned into a minor. And then our top majors are nursing, education, business, psychology, biology, and speech language pathology. So these are our top majors at Elmhurst. One of the really nice things about going to a small school like Elmhurst is the faculty. So we have about 160 full-time faculty members. All of our classes are taught by the faculty members themselves, as we have 0 teaching assistants. And then our student to faculty ratio is 13:1, and our average class size is 18. So coming to a small school like Elmhurst, again, it's great because you really get to build those one-on-one relationships with your faculty members and the professors. They really get to know you inside the classroom, and then they're very easy to get access to when you're not in the class outside the classroom. All right, so our scholarships and financial aid. So at Elmhurst, we have a very vibrant and large transfer student community. So we have really great scholarships for our transfer students. Between the spring and fall semester every year, we do welcome about 500 transfer students to Elmhurst. So our academic scholarships range from about $10,000 to $20,000. Typically, every single student gets some type of academic scholarship, and that's based off of your cumulative GPA when you apply from the community college or four-year school that you're transferring to us from. And then we have several different add-ons. So we have a Phi Theta Kappa add-on. We have music, theater, and art talent scholarships that you can get. We also have a STEM transfer scholarship for transfer students that are majoring in one of the STEMs. If you apply to Elmhurst and have your FAFSA by April 1st, you could potentially be eligible for the STEM scholarship. So lots of add-ons which can really help reduce the cost to attend Elmhurst. And then lastly, the admission requirements. So our early action deadline passed on November 1st. However, from now until the beginning of the academic year, we're on rolling admissions. So we're constantly reviewing applications. Our applications on our website, elmhurst.edu/apply. It's free, really easy, takes like less than 15 minutes for students to apply. Transfer students, we do need your official college transcripts from any school that you've attended after graduating high school. If you have less than 30 hours at the college level, we do need your high school transcripts. We would only need ACT or SAT scores if you have that less than 12 semester hours at the college level. Letters of recommendation and essay are optional. Once we have your completed application, we will go ahead and do a course-by-course evaluation of your credits to let you know how your classes would transfer over to Elmhurst. We would also make a scholarship decision, and then in your admission letter, you get an admit letter and scholarship letter as well. So you would know all the information typically about 2 weeks after you have a completed application. So that's pretty much it. Our website is a great resource for students. So if you go to elmhurst.edu, you can navigate to our transfer page. You can submit an unofficial transfer credit evaluation request, but it's a really great resource for students. So, I definitely recommend you browse our website, and then feel free to contact us with any questions that you have. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Elmhurst. Next, we're going to have Minot University.
All right, everyone. Hello, my name is Sal Rodriguez. I'm an admission counselor here at Minot State University. We are located in Minot, North Dakota, so a little bit farther for our Illinois folks, but don't worry, I'm one of those students from Illinois. I actually graduated from Minot State after attending for 4 years, and I'm currently set to finish a master's degree, barring any setbacks there. So, of course, you can see the red little pin is going to be where Minot is. Of course, we like to say, why not Minot? We'll try to talk a little bit about that in this presentation. First, to get to know a little bit about our students, we're roughly 3,000 students here on campus, with 68% of those students coming from North Dakota. 22% of those students will come from the rest of the United States. 6% of our students are Canadian, with 4% of the students being from outside the United States or Canada. Only 42% of students here graduate with student loans, I guess you could say. I was lucky. I was one of the students to graduate with no loans, so that was great. I went from paying to be here, and now, of course, I'm an employee. I get to keep all my money, which is a great benefit. If we look at students per college, you could basically get a feel for what our top 3 colleges will be. The first being education and health sciences, anything from nursing, teaching, speech pathology, psychology, all those great majors. Next is going to be arts and sciences, arts being, of course, graphic design, fine art, artsy type majors. Then of course our sciences, biochem, medicinal plant chemistry, and then the College of Business. In-state tuition for all students, which is really awesome. So you can be from anywhere in the world and your tuition is going to look the same as long as we're taking a full-time load between 12 and 18 credits. We have been recognized by US News as the third most affordable public four-year university in the United States, which is super awesome. And then we have over 100 fields of study. Now we also have 14 NCAA Division II athletic teams, which we'll see a little bit about in a second. If we're looking at academics further, the top programs here are going to be nursing, biology, elementary education, management, and communication disorders. 90% of grads here at Minot State are employed or continuing their education. So myself, for example, I graduated and I'm also continuing education. So I'm employed, continuing, so I'd fall into a unique, I guess, percentage of students there. We do have over 100 fields of study, as I mentioned. Here's a brief list of all the programs that we have. We have everything from our undergraduate studies to graduate programs, pre-professional tracks, and certifications. So you can kind of get a feel for what we have to offer here. As always, you can look to double major, create your own program or field of study through our interdisciplinary studies. So a lot of flexibility for students here at Minot State. If we look for keys to success here, we offer tutoring services, peer mentoring, our writing center, our power center, access services, and career services. All these things are going to be great resources for students. They're included in your tuition and fees, and there's no limit to how many times you go, so no one's going to stop you from getting the help you need to be successful. Likewise, everything's located in one spot here on campus, which is going to be the lower level of the library, making finding the academic resources you need super helpful. Something that's not on there to note is going to be our Luanga Leadership Center. This is for students not just in the business program, but in all disciplines, where you can get extra leadership certificates that would look really well on resumes and when you apply for jobs. And they also have courses that you could take towards majors, which is super awesome. If we look at classes, as I mentioned, we have 3,000 students on campus, but class sizes are really small. So if you look at the photo, this is an actual class happening here. This is going to be for elementary education. You definitely get to know your professors. They get to know who you are. I've been woken up by my professors on several occasions just because like I slept through my alarm, which is terrible. So hopefully y'all don't do that. But we only have two like major lecture halls on campus. One sits about 100 students, and then the other one's going to be roughly 20 to 25 students. So those are going to be your large first year, maybe gen ed science courses that you can expect students of that size. Otherwise, I like to say about 18 students will be average. But I did have some capstone courses that had 3 students, which meant really engaged learning, which is also super awesome. If we look at athletics, again, you get to see a list of the men's programs being football, basketball, baseball, track and field, cross country, golf, wrestling, and Division I ACHA hockey. On the women's side, basketball, volleyball, softball, track and field, cross country, golf, soccer, and ACHA D1 hockey again. For students who are interested in competing in the NCAA Division II ranks, definitely check us out at msubeavers.com. If you're looking to compete on maybe a less serious note, intramural sports are always going to be an option. We have 10 plus intramural sports for you. As you can see, that's going to be listed there. We have over 500 participants in these intramural sports with 1,000 plus campus activities every year. They give away over $25,000 in prizes, everything from Apple Watches, TVs, gaming systems, the whole nine. So the events are super diverse, anything from karaoke, Pinterest night, bingo night, Build a Beaver night, you name it, we have it. 60 plus clubs and organizations, everything from really serious like student government and diversity inclusion clubs, all the way down to your more fun, as I said, intramural types of clubs. And we look at admission checklists. If you're transferring with less than 24 credits, you can complete the application. There is a $35 application fee. Submit all your college transcripts and then your high school academic records as well. If you're transferring more than 24 credits, we'll look for the same application, $35 fee, and then submit academic records from your previous attended institutions. If we're looking for transfer scholarship awards, if we're between that 24 to 70 credit range and we have a 3.5 to a 4.0, we'd get $1,500. If we're at a 3.0 to 3.49, that's $1,000. Now, it doesn't sound like a bunch of money, but you think about the third most affordable public four-year university, the total cost of tuition, housing, and everything for this year is going to be $15,098. That puts us at $7,896 for tuition and fees, and that's going to be for both the fall and spring semester. So if you want to split that in half, you're just under $4,000 a semester, which is really awesome. How do you know which credits will transfer? Super easy. We accept transcripts from all regionally accredited institutions, and then we can also perform an unofficial transcript review just to let you know which credits are more than likely to transfer and not transfer. So really awesome option for you as well. If you're looking to visit us on campus, you can definitely come visit us. We have virtual face-to-face options available to you. So check us out at askmsu.com/visit. This is going to be a great overview of campus for you. Yes, campus is a real place. And then finally, if you have more specific questions, you can always take down my information, call, text, or email, whichever works best for you. So thank you guys for chatting with us, and we hope to see you soon.
All right, Minot State University, thank you so much. Great information as well. Before we finish up, we're going to have our panelists answer one question, kind of give you all some advice before we finish this evening. And the question is, what advice would you give someone going through the transfer process? And if y'all can just answer this question in the order that you presented and give our lovely listeners some advice.
Awesome. So I think the piece of advice that I would give to transfer students is that although this may be your second institution or third institution that you end up at, still attend the orientation activities, still engage in some of those transition pieces, because that's how you get to really engage in the transfer community and really the campus community that you end up on. That's really important to help make that transition to your next school as smooth as your first transition was.
Hi, it's Malcolm again. What advice I would give is just ask questions. I'm sure you guys will be receiving a lot of information from tons of different schools. So continue to ask questions and ask the advisors, push the envelope a little bit, and then also enjoy it as well. Deciding on a school should be a fun experience, and learning what each school has to offer you. So enjoy the visits, enjoy the time traveling. If you're going with your parents, enjoy that as well.
My advice definitely would be to reach out to your admissions counselor. Even if you're not familiar with who your admissions counselor is, just reaching out to admissions@ccad.edu, and they'll direct you to who you need to talk to. More specifically, because every school's admissions process is a little bit different, and especially those of an art institution, right? More specifically, the portfolio portion. Different schools want different types of works within portfolios. So reaching out to your admissions counselor, conducting that preliminary portfolio review before you actually submit your application, and also having that time to ask any questions and address any concerns that you have as well. It's just a good idea in general.
I would say also that it's really important to ask all your questions. Don't assume that you're going to receive an email answering all your questions, because we can't always anticipate what your personal needs are. So reach out to your either your counselor, your admissions counselor, or to the university. Make sure you spend a lot of time on the website, but ask all of your questions. You don't want to get somewhere and find out it's not the right place for you. So make sure that you ask everything you need to know, that you visit the school if you can, and that you have a really good idea of where you're going when you get there. Thanks.
Yeah, so just like everybody else, my biggest piece of advice, especially as someone who was a transfer student, is talk to the schools that you're thinking about transferring to, and visit. It's really important to make sure you guys are visiting, schools, just because you want to see if it's the right fit for you or not.
I can definitely echo the sentiment to definitely visit all the campuses, but also diversify your options. Definitely look around, see what schools are best for you, and do your research on those schools. I think it's fair to say that us at admission counselors are resources to you. So definitely ask your questions to everyone. Make sure you have the right information that you need to find the best fit for you. And that definitely means utilizing all of us if you can. So ask those questions and visit as many schools as you can.
All right, great advice from everyone. Thank you all so much. And thank you all for joining us this evening. After you leave this session, there'll be a quick 4-question survey that we'll ask that you fill out as well. Please make sure that you sign up for more sessions that we have this evening. Thank you to our reps. You all did a wonderful job. Appreciate the time that you give us as well. And to everyone else, please have a wonderful evening.